Hello, my name is Mariana and today this is a reading for Libra. So Libra, as usual, I'm doing this reading with my own tarot deck, so the cards that you see are from this deck. So Libra, it feels like you have been working very diligently, very determinedly to build your own abundance. But I feel like the most important work that you're doing, because you know how freeing can that be, or how significant can that be in terms of letting go of the burdens that might be associated with devoting a lot of time to work, is because you know that what you're building is something very, very prosperous, very, very abundant. And so I feel like even though things might progress slowly, I feel like you're open to receiving this abundance. So that is where you're putting in the biggest part of your intention, your dedication. So it's not the work itself, it's like working on being the receiving end. And it's reminding me of a reading. I don't know if this was a reading for Libra. It was something around the title of learning how to be on the receiving end. I think that was it. I can't remember which sign was for, but it seems like this is the work that you've been putting on, because the overall message that I'm seeing here is that not only you're learning how to be on the receiving end, Libra, but it's like you're perfecting your skills in attracting and receiving abundance, because you know how that can bring you freedom. And maybe not necessarily financial freedom, but it's like the freedom from the demands, like the self-sabotage, maybe the emotional or energetic depletion of working very hard but not seeing any progress. That kind of freedom that I'm seeing for you. So let's go step by step, card by card. We're beginning with the Six of Pentacles, which was giving me the phrase, slow and steady wins the race. So this is your pace. You're not rushing into, reaching that final goal, or like cashing out on something, right? It's like maybe having the return of your investment. It's like, because you know how much you can give right now. And this could be in terms of your finances, in terms of your energy, in terms of your time, right? Your health, your just your ability to show up, right? Your health, your condition, your physical condition to show up. It's like, you know that you can give so much, and that, because this is talking about like this equal give and take, it's like, the more you give, the more you'll take. But because you know that you don't want to be depleted, especially because the Nine of Wands is coming later on, and that's what's being freed, right? So it's almost like you don't want to reach this abundance, this prosperity, by doing everything that you can, or by doing like exhausting yourself. That's not the way. It's like, you know that you want to do this in a healthy way, in a fair way, in a very balanced way, right? This should be a harmonious and steady growth. This is how you're perceiving this scaling up, or becoming a little bit more stable in terms of your life overall, right? Especially in terms of your career, if it's been imbalanced, right? If you have been devoting a lot of your attention to your career, or maybe the opposite, you have neglected your financial resources to come in through your career, right? To paying attention to your career. So now it's like, it's your chance to balance this out, because the next row, this first three cards after the Six of Pentacles, they're just major arcana, and they are just summing up what I feel like, even though on the outside it might look like very slow and steady growth, it's like, you know that underneath, it's almost like you're laying the foundation in a sense, but in a very conscious way, in a very diligent way, right? It's like you're determined, because you know how impactful that is, you know how significant that is in terms of like really reaching what you want and receiving the abundance that you know that you've been working for, right? So the Lovers coming after this Six of Pentacles is talking about attraction. And it has nothing to do with the law of attraction or the law of manifestation, or, you know, what you can do to attract things that you want, that you desire. What this Lovers is talking about is that what you become is what you attract. You see what I mean? It's like you're becoming what you're manifesting. This is the mirroring of these two hearts. So it's like what you dedicate, like truly in your heart, this is what you're because it's like this, it's kind of like the law of cause and effect, right? It's like what you give is what you take. So what you sow is what you're going to reap. So it's like, it's this balance, right? It's like you're understanding that the universe is very harmonious. So it's like the more that you're in tune with what you truly want, right? What your heart desires, is like, this is what you're going to attract, because it is like this magnet, right? I was seeing this already here, but then this card was just like, it's amplifying the magnet, right? It's like, imagine like just looking from afar, the Empress, right? The Empress crown looks like a magnet, right? It's like the very traditional and very stereotypical one that we see in cartoons and that stuff. It's like, this is the magnet. You're becoming the magnet. So you see the difference? Yes, you're putting, okay, another thing that I was seeing with the Six of Pentacles that I forgot to mention. This is talking about tending to the daily work, right? This is like a very ordinary type of routine, right? It's like, keep on doing this, especially because we're ending with the Eight of Pentacles. That is just reinforcing that. But this is starting here already because it brings you this awareness that things are more balanced and more harmonious the more that you stick to a certain routine, that you it's like that you really commit to the daily tasks, right? It's like one step after the other, one day after the other. Sometimes I see the Six of Pentacles as this train track, right, with the train moving slowly, but kind of like climbing the mountain, right? This is how I'm seeing for you specifically today, because you know that where you're going, it's like you're becoming the attractor, you're becoming the magnet, the receiver, right? It's like, this is the ultimate receiver. So, but you're not like any receiver. It's like you're choosing what you want to receive because of this first card, right? So it's like here you're becoming what you want to attract. And because of that, it's like you're just opening up yourself so that the best that you can get comes to you, right? It's like you're opening your arms for just the best to reach you, right? And it's gorgeous because, you know, I always have this sensation both with the Emperor, with the Emperor and the Empress, just because the crown is a lot more organic to me than, you know, the King or the Queen. It feels like this self-made person, right? Somebody that has truly worked for receiving this, right? For like conquering this and just being blessed by everything that you're desiring, that you want. So you're attracting and you're receiving. And then with the abundance that comes from both of these cards, especially the Empress, you feel freer than ever. And so the freedom with the Fool could be, you know, this, if we think of, you know, just these two, right? Attracting abundance, receiving abundance. We ultimately think of money, right? Having a lot of money, like having wealth enough that we don't need to worry about money. At least this is, you know, the first thing that I think when I think of abundance. But that is a very limited, I want to say, thought or just scope of what abundance and prosperity really is. Because again, it's like, what your heart desires is more than just money, right? Your heart doesn't desire money, right? Money is just an exchange tool. So this is what you're learning. It's like, how can you become a better magnet to attract what is truly in your heart's desire? It's like what belongs to your heart's desire. And that is what it's like, that is what you're opening yourself to, because the true understanding of abundance is what is going to free you, right? Usually I see the Fool as bringing this message of freedom, but I just wanted to emphasize the fact that it might not be money, or at least not just money, right? It's like, it's everything that abundance encompasses. So it's like, it's the abundance of relationships, like beautiful, heartwarming relationships and situations and life experience and, you know, opportunities and all of that. Because it's like the Fool, I see the Fool as, especially here today, I see the Fool as very detached from personal, like belongings, like physical stuff, right? It's like the Fool is very light-weighted. It doesn't carry a lot of baggage, right? It's not attached or dependent upon the physical stuff. It's like the true freedom that really is in the Fool, and that allows the Fool to take risks and take this leap of faith into something that is, you know, going to teach him, or it's going to just enrich this one, right? And you, it's like, you know, that the things that you're attracting, although they might be, you know, in every area of your life, including financial, including the physical, it's like what you take, really, it's the sensation of freedom. It's almost like, if you are attracting like such abundance, it's almost like you're free to go wherever you want. It's like you don't have to worry about, you know, standing still. It's like you're free to go. This is how I'm seeing the Fool, right? It's like well, maybe because, okay, so the Empress, this one might be a little bit more attached to a specific place, right? Because I always see the Empress as like tending to a garden, or like catering like a space or a home, or just, you know, just taking care of a physical place, right? And making it a home, making it a very comfortable stay. The Fool, however, it's like it's free. It doesn't have any, it doesn't settle down, right? It's like it is moved by new adventures and by the curiosity of learning from different experiences in different places. So it's not interested in settling down. So that's the reason why I'm just stressing the fact that it might not come in this physical, what is the word? The word that I'm hearing is like witness. It's like you need to witness something so that you can believe that you're receiving what you're attracting. What is the word? When you see something, evidence. I didn't want to come. So maybe the evidence, it's not necessarily physical or financial or quantifiable, right? But it's something that frees you, that gives you, maybe you want to be like a nomad, right? Like you want to work from, you know, all places. It's like you don't need a fixed address. You just, you want to have enough money so that you can travel without being concerned about like how much you're going to spend each leg of the journey. You see what I mean? So it's, again, it's abundance in all levels, including the most important one, which frees you, which gives you the possibility of not being attached to the physical stuff, right? So the next row of 3 cards, it's actually talking about how you are already doing this, because it's like these 3 major arcana, it's kind of like the understanding that you have of how significant this moment is for you, and how you are working in yourself most of all, right? It's not like you're working in a specific project or anything. It's like you're working in yourself to attract, to be on the receiving end, so that you can get the freedom that comes with abundance. But then here on the bottom row, it feels like there are steps to be taken, which you are already, because it seems like you have already started, right? It's like you're not starting this right now. You have already started. You're just continuing, right? Very diligently on. So the 9 of Wands was talking about freeing yourself from the burdens of either feeling like you're alone on this journey, or it's too much, you know, it's overwhelming, you won't be able to do this, or you won't be able to get until the end, or you won't be able to hold this very high frequency energy, right? Or this heartfelt intention in your heart, right? Or maybe you're not as receptive as you thought. It's like that. Those are the burdens. This is kind of like the challenge, right? That you need to overcome, because that's something that I'm seeing here very prominently with the Nine of Wands for you. It's bringing this freedom to understand that the moment that you let go of all the demands, all of the self-sabotage, all of the negative thoughts, it's like you're going to be free. It's like you're going to feel free, right? So that it's like this journey won't feel too exhausting or too long or too that it's taking too long for these signs to get to you, because especially here with the Three of Wands, it's like what you realize that you are free to go is because what you have asked, right? It's like here you are the magnet, here you are attracting, here you are receiving. So it's interesting because here there's a lot of staying, right? Standing still and asking, right? Being on the receiving end. But because you're moving slow and steadily forward and you're free to go because those burdens are being let go, it's like this extenuating path forward. It's like it's no longer, it doesn't feel like a burden anymore. It doesn't feel like a depleting progress, right? It doesn't feel like you are giving more than you're taking. It's like there is a balancing out of these things. And because the Three of Wands is here, the image that I was seeing with the Three of Wands was the traditional image of, the ship coming in, right? But it's just starting to be visible on the horizon. So it still feels very, very small. And that's interesting because I feel like the more these burdens are let go, it's like the more this ship is going to come closer to you, to where you're standing, right? Because it's like the more this happens, the more this manifestation comes closer to you. It's like the bigger it's going to get. So it's like the closer you're going to feel to reaching whatever it is that you have, set out to reach, but not by going there, but by staying there. Because it's like once it arrives, that's when you have the signal to go, right? That's when you will have, like, this is the ultimate freedom. This is when you are going to feel like truly, truly free to go, right? Because until this ship arrives, yes, maybe it feels very slow, or this slow and steady progress because it's still far away, but you can see it, and it's like with the three major arcana, the significance of this. So even though it is very small, it is approaching you, and the closer it gets to you, it's like the more you're going to feel like this is being abandoned in a sense, or it's being let go, so that you're not exhausted, right? Because it's like you're very diligent, you're very determined. So it doesn't matter like if this makes you feel lonely, or you are your own self-critic, right, inside your mind. It's like this is losing its grip or its intensity or its power over you the more that this ship is coming closer. So the more it comes closer, the bigger it gets, and the bigger it gets, the more abundance you will notice, right? It's like you will realize the power of the major arcana, right? Even though what you're doing on your daily life, right, it's very mundane, it's very ordinary. It doesn't feel like, it's like looking from the outside in, somebody wouldn't see the potential, but right? Because what you're freeing yourself from, which is like the thing that would eventually or could potentially prevent you from receiving this very, very intense and big abundance, right? Because again, it's about what you are overcoming, right? And then here, ending with the Eight of Pentacles, I almost said the Ten of Pentacles. Maybe it feels to you like the Ten of Pentacles, because the Eight of Pentacles to me, it's like it's already progress coming from the Six of Pentacles, you see? So even though it's not the 10 of Pentacles, it is already more than you have put in. So it's like you realize that the work that you're putting in on a daily basis in a very constant way, it's like consistency will pay off. That's what I'm hearing. Consistency will pay off, because you know that the more you are in this magnet, attractor, receptive position, doing what you have set out to do, which is, enough. It's not more, it's not less, it's enough every single day. It's like you're cultivating this major arcana mentality, like this major abundance coming to you, right? And so the more that you cultivate that, it's like you will see that your work, that the work that you're putting not only in the physical stuff, in your career, in a certain project, in a certain idea, is like, but also in you, in what your heart desires. It's like you understand what you truly want inside of you. And because of that, it's like, it's just speeding up how it's like this ship is coming to you, right? It's just, it's going to become bigger and bigger and bigger. So it's almost like this exponential growth, right? It's like, it starts with, nothing much really happening, but then it slowly increases, and that it's like you're going to see more and more and more signs of progress, right? And maybe perhaps even in the physical, right? In this financial way, which could be part of it. It's like part of the abundance is also the financial, but you know that abundance, it's much more than that. So it's like the moment that you realize that it's also showing up in this physical sense, then it's like you realize that it had already touched like multiple areas of your life, right? And it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, especially because it's like here, ending with the, the bottom of the deck being the Ace of Wands. I feel like this is the ultimate freedom, because it's not just the major arcana, the Fool, right? Which is representing that, but it's like you enduring like your own self-sabotage. It's like you're not allowing it to overtake you or to diminish you or to burn you, right? It's like you're free from that, but it's like you're keeping that light alive, right? You're keeping that spark, that courage, that confidence alive within you. So it's really, really beautiful, because it's like it's going to become more obvious, more evident for you, more apparent to you, right? The more that you just keep on progressing slowly and steadily, because you know that there is like this exponential growth, this exponential abundance that is coming to find you, right? Because you're attracting it. So Libra, I am going to pull more cards for you, as well as the astrological runes in the extended reading. So if you want to join me there, I'll be very happy to see you. You can find the link down below. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.